Hello, this is Fi. Today I'm checking out Mines of Volantis. This was a request sent to me actually to playtest this. Apparently some kind of a mining game here. So I've got the game page open. He's just got a little bit written here, so I'll just read through it. Crash landing on the planet Volantis, you mine through its surface in search of a way home. Features: mine deep into the planet's surface, find valuable ore or gems, and sell them for cash, upgrade your harvester to achieve greater depths, and construct an emergency beacon to call for help and escape Volantis. Alright, so I've not seen this game before. I'm just going to give it a playtest, see if we can give some valuable feedback. I got the opening title screen here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. So it's got some nice music playing here. Never really know with these things if the music was oh, it's a little bit loud. I actually might have to turn that down. It sounds really cool, but a bit loud, so let's turn it down. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I never really know if the music was like made by the developer or someone, if it's made for the game or if it's some kind of a royalty-free type of thing. These days you never really know with the assets people use, so it's hard to comment on it too much, but I do like the music here. Pretty cool. So yeah, I haven't seen anything past this. Just hit the space bar. Looks like we got some controls. Ooh, the camera's a little laggy here. Looks like it wants to stay to the left for some reason. And now it's going to the right, so that's odd. So yeah, the camera looks a little weird so far, but I like how he has the controls kind of on in the level here, so you can kind of use them. I guess that's supposed to be the space bar. I thought that was a platformer at first, so I pressed like the up, tried to press upwards, but it looks like it's a space bar. It'd probably be nice if it's just like the word space on it, especially since you started with the word shift. Alright, so... Alright, looks like we can downshift to do downwards here. Now I did that. I wonder if there's like any possibility of finding something else over here. Looks like I can't do it upwards. So it seems like you can't mine the gray part. Right. So now it looks like it's a little more open-ended. But again, you can't go upwards, right? So, I mean mine upwards. It doesn't appear that way. But it does look like I go to the left over here, potentially. It's a little awkward. Alright, so it doesn't want to let me while I'm in the air. If I go to the top, it kind of seems like it will for a moment on the way down. But otherwise I can't do that. So that's interesting. Tutorial complete, okay. Ooh. Alright, I've crash landed on Volantis, an abandoned mining colony. There aren't any ships nearby to rescue me, so I have to find a different way to escape the planet. Found a harvester which I can use to mine resources underground. Unfortunately, the harvester requires fuel from the fuel station. To get credits for buying fuel, I need to process the resources at the refinery. Colony archives mention more valuable resources deep underground. To reach these, I will need to upgrade the harvester with thermal plating at the upgrade station. So I'm noticing the fuel at the bottom appears to be going down while I'm reading this, which is a little odd. It's also like surprisingly low already, so I'm like wondering. Okay, I'm holding space, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I guess because it says I have $0 at the bottom there. But oh gosh, it's going so low so fast. The only thing that kind of bothers me about this, I mean, oh, that's annoying. So you kind of activate these things by just moving left and right. So like if I want to go to the left, then this will just pop up automatically and I can't keep moving. So I might suggest a couple of things about that. One is that you could have it so it doesn't lock your movement. Like if I'm in this area, this might pop up, but then I could like keep moving or something. Or else you could have it so you press a button to make this pop up, that sort of thing. I think that would be less frustrating rather than have to keep reaching for the escape key. Other thing I was going to mention about this fuel, so this is already the type of thing that makes this kind of game stressful, which isn't everyone's cup of tea, including mine sometimes, but that being said, I don't like how it keeps depleting while you're not doing anything. Like, I can understand kind of the concept of the engine is still running or whatever, but I think it would make a lot more sense if nothing else, that it would just not deplete while you're not moving. Oh, and it goes really fast when you use the boosters. Holy crap, okay. So, I guess now that I wasted all that fuel... Oh my gosh, even drilling wastes it. So yeah, I don't see... Game over, okay. Yeah, and the fact that it does that during the little... while I'm reading the thing is annoying. But yeah, the fuel is draining a lot faster than I expected. I'm wondering also if there's... Alright. It does look like there's some kind of a memory on the individual blocks, so that's a good thing. It's a little weird, I guess that was because... I'm guessing this is kind of inertia based, like if you still have inertia moving to the left or right while you're holding shift, then it'll make the little... I don't know what you call that, electric harvesting thing happen, because if I take my finger off, it keeps going for a little bit. It's a little strange to me, but it doesn't seem important really, it's just, I guess it's unexpected. So I'm guessing I can... Oh, I can drill through that. So there's some rocks over here, I don't know if those are valuable. I don't really... Did that give me anything? I mean, I'm not gonna make it back home because I... Right, so... Obviously if I stop and start talking about things and experimenting and stuff, I'm gonna just run out of fuel, because it's apparently very particular. I don't know if the brown, the kind of orangish rocks... Oh, well it made a little sound effect that was very subtle though. So I think maybe... Okay, so there's a little sort of money sound. I didn't notice this at first, but I do notice now. It looks like my cursor isn't on screen anymore, it was before. So I guess it got hidden at some point. The sound effect I didn't really notice at first. It's a bit quiet, but I do notice now that at the bottom it has a cargo value and it says $20. So that went up as I kind of mined this. Again, I'm gonna die trying to go back here, but... Oh, I have to... What buttons do I press here? Spacebar? Alright, so... I avoided destruction for now. Alright, escape. A little annoying to have to keep reaching for the escape key there, just because I have to take my hand off of everything else to do that, but... Alright, so now that we know that, it's... Oh gosh, it's still running out so fast, though. I mean, I can do this. I don't really get that you just smash the spacebar, I guess, when you're in here, and it just kind of does it. But yeah, clearly I can afford a lot of fuel if I just keep getting these, again, the escape key there. I keep getting these things, which are plentiful. That being said, the pacing is pretty crazy, like it just runs out super fast. Even if I can get it back pretty fast, at least as far as... Until I run out of this stuff, right? I'm gonna run out. And I'm I'm wondering about, for example, because it seems like using the boosters to go upwards. Seems to take like additional fuel, so it seems like if you kind of dig the pass in a certain way, it would probably be more or less optimal. Which would be another thing you kind of have to worry about, I guess. You can't dig upwards. Alright. So yeah, pretty fast paced. There's a lot of back and forth kind of going on here. And my fuel's going to run out while I'm looking at this, unfortunately. So it looks like Cargo Bay is going to be $100, Cargo Bay 2, Cargo Bay 3. I guess I have to, no, I press space. I don't understand why I have to press space to switch between these in addition to moving to them like this. It's a little weird. Thermal plating down there, 5,000. Fuel tank. I guess that's what I'm going to want to upgrade. It's the fuel tank, right? That's annoying. See, I can't really get to one of these unless I... Ooh, that's not good. That was dumb. Alright, we'll just ignore that. I guess I have to go back and get more. Jeez, that's crazy. My mouse cursor is back. I don't know how that happened. It looks like the right side you can kind of... It looks like there's stuff that's just off the screen here. You can kind of get that, so that's a little interesting. Let's move that mouse cursor. I don't know, what should I do? I'm gonna run out just using that, okay. So go ahead and sometimes it pops up twice. It's kind of annoying. Something with a collision, I think. But we're going to get. Why can't I move it? That was weird. Fuel tank. Right? Oh, I have to move the thing over to it. Did I get it? Alright, so it's pretty annoying navigating these menus. It's like you have to do additional steps. Probably the highlighting could be better. Oh, I forgot I have to get more fuel here. That's not good. Alright, where should we go next? I think we should go to the left, probably. And backtracking is not very good either. Oh, right. So eventually, I'm gonna run out of this stuff that's like right at the top here, and then seems like things will get... Oh gosh, this is problematic there. The thing you play as is pretty wide. I'm gonna guess that probably the collision on this thing is also wide a bit, maybe. So that could lead to little minor annoyances here and there. I held that for too long. So I need to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure about this if I'm gonna be able to keep this up much longer. Okay, there's more valuable things down there, so. Gotta go back here. And I guess you also have to somehow judge how much fuel you need to get back. Oops. Can I do this? Wasting fuel. Which I imagine might be tricky, because I would assume that it's going to be like super frustrating to play this really seriously and then like die right before you get back to buy more fuel, because the margins here are pretty tight so far, so. I think it would be nicer if you could press W to go upwards, or maybe even have the option for either button. Because it just seems a little unnecessary to have to use a whole nother button when you're just not using the W key. It might also be nice to be able to get, that was kind of weird, like be able to drill sideways into something like this or whatever. I don't know. Oops. Oh gosh. I don't know, I guess I'd have to drill all the way down through that to get that one there. Well, it's be pretty nasty if you kind of lost your way in the maze of tunnels that you dug while you're trying to get back up or something, and that made you end up dying or something. Oh, there's a different color. In this kind of situation, I can't actually go... See, I want to go to the left, but not down this far. I want to go up higher, so I kind of screwed myself there. I'd have to go all the way to, like, back here. Start drilling to the left. So that's... That looks like I'm almost full. My cargo bay. Interesting sorts of things we have to work around in this game, apparently. So we've got 199, we should be able to upgrade the cargo bay. I think that... Did it do it? Oh, that was weird. So yeah, I find the menus here confusing. There's like multiple highlights and everything, so it's a bit confusing there. I guess we're going down here. So I shouldn't have done that. I guess I have to go up here now. good. I'm getting spooked because I don't know how close I'm gonna be cutting it for getting back to the surface here each time. Alright, so let's look. What else we get? We want more. What's in tech? Oh, tech is just the thermal plating. So we need 500 for that. Okay. Alright. There's stuff over here off the edge. Shoot, I don't like it when I'm wasting fuel when I'm not even going upwards. That's pretty frustrating. So yeah, you could probably make the collision box. Oh, I got a little bit. Was that wasting fuel the whole time? Alright, there's a moment like I was in the air when I activated this and the boosters kept running, so that could have been really bad if that was actually using my fuel that whole time. Did it buy it? Okay. Yeah, that would have been a really bad bug if it happened that way. I was gonna say you could make the collision on your little craft thing a little narrower. Doesn't really seem any reason that it needs to be anything in particular, so if it was a little narrower, it would probably interact with this sort of square shaped tunnels a little better. You know, just kind of make the collision box square too. Probably be sensible. Apart from that, you could also make it so that while you're not actually going upwards, even if you're like holding the spacebar, that it wouldn't use up your fuel. So like you get in those little situations where you're accidentally trying to kind of fly upwards and you end up getting stuck on these ledges like this, but you don't end up wasting all your fuel doing that, and that would be pretty frustrating if that ended up killing you or something. Alright, so it's getting a little pretty maze-ish, these shapes here. I guess I should kind of prioritize going down for what are hopefully more valuable minerals here, rather than getting stuff close to the surface. I don't know how much further I can go. Drilling increases your fuel drain, but there are times like right here where I'm not actually drilling anything, or like this. So that's another thing I would consider kind of working out, is if you're doing actions that aren't actually accomplishing anything, there's probably no reason to have those things drain your fuel, because it's just like an annoying sort of mistake at that point, and you're getting punished for it, so... Alright, we got $409. Alright, stuff looks different. Does that mean anything for gameplay? So it takes slightly longer? It's not super obvious to me. I think it might. I don't know what the most efficient way back is, if there is one. Alright, cargo. Did we just buy it? I think I just bought it. Stop. Actually, let's do that. Alright. Nope. So it'd be nice, the camera's kind of laggy in a sense, so especially if you're dropping down like this, it'd be nice if the camera kind of showed you more where you're going instead of kind of catching up to you after you've gotten there. That's something I would suggest would be need for some good camera tweaks probably. Oh, it looks like we got some gemstones or something over here. So that seems good. I do kind of wish I could drill upwards, but I guess it's part of the challenge or something. Like up here. Let's do this. Whoops. Let's go back, because I don't know how much. Oh shoot. Jeez, this is sketchy. I'm trying not to get caught. It's not working out too well. That was weird, I went to the left there for a moment. I don't think I was pressing left. Right. Go to this one. I'm gonna get lost here eventually. Alright. Yeah, right here, I really wish I could dig upwards, because kind of fix some of the inefficiency in the this sort of snake shape digging downwards, which is effective for getting on this stuff, but like for creating a pathway back, it's not so great. You have to travel all this way. At least, you know, going horizontally, you don't use much fuel. But I don't know. You still have to. It still costs some. All right, we got some money. Let's check our upgrades here. I guess we can get the new cargo bay or the new fuel tank. Let's go for that. Alright, so we got fully upgraded fuel tank. We can get the cargo bay soon, I imagine. And then the only thing left to buy, I believe, is the thermal plating. So what should we go for here? I guess we're just going to keep going down, looking for more of these gems. So I imagine it would make sense to have some kind of upgrade to your drilly things as a potential upgrade, like a future edition. And it might be nice to have stuff that just like gives you more freedom to do things, kind of like I mentioned about like being able to dig upwards or something like that, you know, rather than just stuff that just improves stats. That sort of thing generally makes these sorts of games more interesting, because you just get kind of a better sense of progression, because just the better numbers alone are, you know, really easy to implement and all that. So it makes sense, but it's also not as interesting if you actually gain new abilities, or just, you know, little bits and pieces of things that are add to your abilities, I guess. That's just more interesting as a progression element. Okay, I should be able to upgrade cargo bay. Why is it? I have to go all the way over here. Okay. So yeah, the only thing left is to buy the thermal plating. Looks like we can do this, assuming we find enough of these gemstones down here. I kind of want to just like, I can't really afford to just like dig straight down for a while, because I have to keep buying fuel constantly, so I don't know. Maybe I could if I just got enough of these random things, I don't know. Let's do it this way. Looks like we missed some gems up there. I just have to consider it a lost cause. I wonder if it's worth digging down like this. Please don't run out after all this. So that's the thing, it takes, you invest a lot of time into this, but if you just like make that one misjudgment where you don't have enough fuel to get back and then you just game over, I think that'd be pretty frustrating. On the other hand, so far it hasn't been that difficult, in the sense that I feel fairly, no, that wasn't smart. I feel fairly confident that I can keep going. Hopefully to the point of getting the thermal plating, and then I don't know if there's anything, I don't know how much is left after that. Maybe there's more stuff to do, I don't know. But yeah, as a game, I mean, some games can just kind of be busy work sort of thing, but if you kind of beat a game on the first try, that's maybe not what you necessarily want to be aiming for, I don't know. Some games are just like that, they're just kind of like, just challenging enough to keep you busy until you play through them all the way, and then that's it. Alright. I feel like the gems should be, like they're not getting as frequent as I expected so far. Oh, well that's kind of sketchy. Alright, I'm like afraid I'm gonna run out of fuel at this point. crap, it's so far up here. Oh no. Jeez, that's sketchy. Oh my gosh. It's cutting it so close. Alright, so yeah, the thing is like 5,000. I'm not getting that close. I'm only at 2,000 in profit so far, and not that many gems down here that I saw before I reached this flaming part that I need there's gems up there. And I need the thermal plating for, obviously. So... oh, gosh. I have to try and find a way to get to these gems, I guess. I can just try and do the not gems. These sort of gold-looking parts. So it's a small detail. It might be nice to have this sort of like block cracking effect that you get in like Minecraft, where you can kind of see the progress of how destroyed the block is. Just help to give you a little more feedback. There's some gems above me here. Just don't run out of fuel. Oh my gosh. Actually might at this point. Uh-oh. Alright, we are earning money, at least. So it does seem like it's not strictly necessary to rely on the gems. It looks like the gold can at least give us forward progress here without like running out of fuel and ending it all. And it might just be that a lot of this is more manageable than I think it is. It just kind of feels like it's dire. What should I do? Oh, I dug all the way down here. I can't go down any further, so that's not good. Where else should we go? There's gems up here, so let's go up. Oh crap. Something like this. Alright, let's go back. So we didn't earn that much this time. But we're still moving forward. Alright, so I think we can get the thermal plating pretty soon here. Alright, we gotta go back. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Try and make this a little more efficient. Let's do this. That was weird, I was holding spacebar, but it took a moment for it to actually start working. So I don't know what that was. Alright, almost there. Just go ahead and do this. Alright, let's see what we can see. More gems are down there. So again, it would be nice if I could see if the camera moves more in the direction of where I'm going, so I don't get right up to the top of the screen. Alright, so we can afford our thermal plating here. Alright, mission complete. Alright, so I guess that was, at this point, the extent of the game. So we've started over. So yeah, in terms of feedback, I already kind of mentioned everything, I think, that ran through my mind as I was playing here. A lot of just little details that I think would smooth out the experience in general. It'd actually be pretty easy to fix all those things, I think. Aside from that, I think just, you know, obviously there's more to add. And I think, like I mentioned, the idea of having upgrades to your abilities that aren't just like number upgrades, but things that would actually affect gameplay, that would be the sort of thing that would make this more compelling, I believe. Aside from that, the pacing of the game is not what I expected coming into it, that's for sure. It's kind of a lot faster paced, which is... I don't know if I could say it's a good or bad thing necessarily, but I did kind of expect it would be, you know, a little more relaxing maybe in some sense. So you're not like constantly fighting against the constant fuel drain, that sort of thing. But you know, if that's what you want to make, then that's cool too. I kind of like the idea of mining games being more focused on the progression rather than on fighting the clock, I suppose. That's just my kind of impression of this sort of thing. What I would consider like a cozy game. But as I said, if this is the sort of thing you want to make, then it's not invalid in any way. It's just kind of my first impression about, I guess, my own tastes, maybe. But this is pretty interesting as it is, also. But yeah, aside from that, I mentioned like adding upgrades that change the gameplay. Aside from that, you know, something you can consider is more stuff to run into while you're digging around out here. Like maybe there's some other kind of objects, I don't know. You know, it's up to your imagination, of course. I mean, some kind of cliche or obvious things would just be like, you know, there might be little enemies down here or something that you had to deal with, or I don't know, maybe you find like little power-ups that just like boost your abilities for like 10 seconds or something, I don't know. Or maybe you just like find little oddities that you could collect throughout the game or something that don't actually do anything, but they just like have some lore attached to them or something. You know, there's also all sorts of different things you could put down there that you might find, and just be a little more interesting than just staring at valuable ores throughout the whole game and dirt. You might find little fossils or something. But in any case, I think I'm probably going to wrap up this video. Hopefully it was useful for you. And definitely let me know if you have any questions. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video.